Welcome to another yoga practice in our year of yoga. As we sit tall, I'm just going to run through some pranayama techniques, starting with the ujjayi breath. So holding your left or right hand out in front of the face. We're going to act as if it's a mirror and fog it up with our breath as we kind of restrict the airflow at the back of the throat, making a subtle sound as we inhale in through the nose and exhale, fogging up that mirror out through the mouth. And then we want to continue this breath work through the whole practice. So that we can use it to purify heat in the body and find balance between effort and ease as we bring our hands to heart center, setting an intention for the day. Raising our hands above our head and bringing our fingers into mudra as we hold our arms out to the side and then twisting the upper body around to the left, right hand on left knee, now over to the other side, left hand on right knee. One more time each side. Remembering to use the ujjayi breath, using the audible sound of it to anchor ourselves during the physical practice as we plant down through our right hand now, left arm coming overhead, left hand planting down, right hand overhead. One more time each side. Crossing the left leg below the body, hugging the right knee in towards the chest, and then twisting the upper body around to the right as our right hand grounds down through the floor behind us. Feeling a stretch through the bottom muscle, the glute. Changing legs. Left leg is hugging in to the chest. Right leg is folded underneath the body. And our left hand is placed on the ground behind as we turn our gaze that way as well. Coming up onto our right knee now. Left leg long, right arm overhead. And then taking the arm and stretching it back on an angle, dropping the head back as we get this side angle bend through the spine. Coming around to the other side, planting down through the left leg. Right leg goes long, right arm overhead. And then taking the right arm out on an angle as we open the chest towards the sky. And then coming back to kneeling position, tucking the toes and sitting up on the heels. Big deep breath in and then exhaling. Breathing in. Exhaling, using the sound of the ujjayi breath to focus your attention as we come into tabletop. It's tapping out the feet, We're coming into a moving cat-cow now, curling through to cat, dropping the stomach and chest towards the floor into cow as we push the hips back, and then curling as we move the body forward into cat pose, dropping the tummy, taking the gaze high, and then exhaling, coming into cat. Rolling through again, taking the hips down to the heels, and then curling the spine as we raise the body up into cat. And back to neutral spine. Great job. Right leg going long. You're going to take it over to the left side of the body, tap, and then tap back on the right. Just a gentle tap on each side of the floor. And then on the fifth tap, I'm going to push that leg long and tuck the toes as we push the heel away from the body. Getting an even deeper stretch through the left side of the hip and the glute. And then twisting the body over. So we're coming onto our back, opening our chest and stomach towards the sky, squeezing the glutes. Left arm is going long overhead. And then gently coming back down to kneeling as we change over to the other side. Left leg going long. Tapping on each side of the body. Remember the breath. And then pushing the heel away from the body. Continuing the breath work. And then bending over. So now we're facing the ceiling, opening our chest towards the sky. And then coming back to child's pose as we drop our hips back to our feet. And then coming forward to puppy dog pose. Taking the hips down towards the ground and then back into puppy dog pose. Just following this sequence a couple of times. Really warming up the back. And then coming into child's pose. Knees are wide. Arms are long. And continuing your pranayama breath work here. Hearing the sound of the breath as it enters the body and then exits the body. Coming back into kneeling and taking the left foot forward into low lunge. Hands are on our knees, pushing the pelvis towards the mat. Raising the arms up above the head as we sink a little bit deeper. And then bringing the hands to prayer position behind our back, opening the heart towards the sky, dropping the head backwards. And then bringing the hands to prayer position as we rotate the torso so that the right elbow is on the outside of the left leg. Maintaining stability and balance. Sinking a little bit deeper here. And then we're going to use the right hand to grab the right foot and bring it towards the body. Raising our left arm high. Feeling the stretch down the front of the the right leg. And then framing the front foot. Going back down into child's pose. And run through that sequence again, taking the arms wide. Puppy dog pose, pushing the chest towards the floor, and then taking the hips in the other direction. Finding your flow, maintaining the breath. And then sitting back into child's pose. As we decrease stimulation of the sympathetic nervous system and increase stimulation of the parasympathetic nervous system. Using our breath. Kneeling position, taking the right foot forward this time. Hands on our knees as we press forward. Then raising the arms above our head, sinking a little bit deeper. Hands to prayer position behind our back, opening the heart towards the heavens, dropping the head back. And then hands to prayer position as we rotate the torso around to the right, left elbows on the outside of the right knee. Back to the middle. And then using the left hand to grab the left foot, bringing it towards the body, raising the right arm high. And then gently releasing, bringing the right foot back to meet the left, child's pose, puppy dog pose, scooping the hips forward and back, forward towards the earth, back towards the skies. Last time. And then dropping down into child's pose. Slowly coming back up. Pressing down through the right forearm now. Right elbows under the right shoulder. Knees are bent. And we're lifting the hips towards the ceiling as we squeeze the glutes. And just pausing. And then taking our left arm high as we drop our hips towards the mat and touch the right hip 5 times. Working the core here as we take our left arm overhead and then take the left leg long. Swiveling over to the other side, coming up onto the left elbow and the left knee, raising the hips high, squeezing the glutes, embracing the core here and the pelvic floor. Right arm goes high and then dropping the hips 5 times to touch the mat. Slow and controlled. Right arm goes long overhead, right leg long. And then coming back down, swiveling the body around, coming into boat pose. Dropping the shoulders away from the ears, arms parallel with the floor, legs parallel with the floor if you can, or you can straighten the legs. Bringing the legs into reverse tabletop and then just tapping each foot to the floor and then both feet together. Right tap, left tap, together tap. It's not about speed here, it's about control and technique. Using the hands to take the knees wide and gently pushing the knees towards the earth here. So we open up the hips and the pelvis. Bringing the knees back to the middle as we lower the feet back down to the mat and set up for our final resting pose, Savasana. Palms are face up. And just remember your pranayama breath work here. As you start to lower the heart rate and your breath drops back to normal breathing. Feel your body getting heavier as it falls deeper and deeper into relaxation. Starting to lengthen your breath now as we bring some movement into the body, maybe a stretch. When you're ready, rolling over to one side. And then when you're ready, coming up into the seated pose. Taking a few more ujjayi breaths, or oceanic breaths as they like to call it. And then bringing hands to prayer position at our third eye. May we have kind and loving thoughts today as we lower them to our mouth. May we speak kind and loving words today as we lower it to our hands, to our heart. May we have kind and loving intentions today. Have a beautiful day, everyone, wherever you are in the world. Namaste.